Application process for the Director of Building and Ground Maintenance.
They voted to make that its own and have its own director, and I was asked to put this on here about how y'all want to move forward as far as the accepting it. We put applications, but I think since it's a director, we would do resumes, and I need to know how long you want to put it in paper and how long you want to accept resumes for, when you want that to cut off, if you want to get it in the paper before the next meeting, and then take all the resumes that we get, and then you all can take those, and if you want to do like they've done in the past, they narrowed it down to 3 or 4, and then they had another call meeting to interview, and then go from there. So I just need to know.
Okay. Yeah, I literally just started writing down, like notes and stuff. And come to find out, I've got more questions than answers on this. It's advertised as building and ground maintenance, but the way I understand it, there's no building maintenance. I mean, they're not going to do electrical, plumbing, any of that stuff, right? It's pretty much just the grounds, right? No building maintenance per se. And I'm just trying to wrap my head around. I started writing it down and just trying to wrap my head around it. So there's going to be basically whoever we hire and one and a half employees. Like one of them seasonal, probably from like April to October, and then I guess a full time. So this person would be basically themselves and 1.5 other people. I mean, roughly speaking. And then I got to thinking how unfair that is to the other managers we appoint. Like we do, fire department, we do police department, we do street department. Street. I don't know these figures are off my head, but police department's probably got 15, 20 employees. Street department's got 15, 20 employees. Got the fire department. So like, when I started thinking about salary and and just kind of breaking it all down, I don't know. I know this job was created in July, but like the more I kind of started putting pencil to paper, the more I thought there's a lot better ways to spend this money than this position. That's my thought, because I just don't think it's fair to, like I say, the current managers, the current city employees, and certainly the taxpayers to basically have a person. I mean, before it was under the street department, and my thought is, I know this position's been created, but I think we need to undo what we've done and put it back under the street department. I personally don't see the worth of having one person over, say a position and a half, and you're asking others to be over 15 to 20 employees. And I just don't think it's, I don't think I can look city employees in the eye. I don't think I can look city managers in the eye, and think, I don't know, that's just my thoughts. I'm anxious to see what other people think, but that's my thoughts.
Well, we know that the town is looking to move forward, and I know that we've got some things in the works. We've not decided what we're going to do yet totally on some future building projects. We know we're going to have to do something with this building, because right now our current city hall does not meet the ADA code. I don't know where we stand up here on being able to meet even fire code. We got to get in. Just done a little bit of research on that, and I think we're lacking with what we have here, but we've done the best we can with what we have. And as far as the maintenance as that goes, I just think I'm trying to be proactive in this suggestion that we're going to be ready to take care of this and spearhead this whenever we have more to take care of. But in the short term, we have asked a whole lot of of Mark Moreland at the street department to do the sanitation. He's also doing the street department. That's a lot of people for him to oversee. I think that this position that we've created is not just for a small amount of work. We've got some things that need some attention. And we can't expect Mark to take time away from everything that he's been doing, you know, to do these other things. I mean, he goes above and beyond as it is. And that's why I really felt like that it was important that we get somebody in a position like this. We're one of the few communities of a town this size that doesn't have a building and grounds person.
Yeah, but it's not gonna, it's not, this, I mean, the position as advertised is not gonna, it's not gonna have anything to do with the building, it's just the grounds. It's like,
It's
I mean,
not-
that's how it reads, it's just the grounds, it's not maintenance. I mean, I think we need to put that in the, you know, in the description, you know, possible electrical, plumbing. I mean, and it's just gonna take 1.5 employees from, I mean, you know, I mean, at this current time, I mean, personally, I just don't think it's.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why do we have to be so proactive? Why don't we get things moving, and why don't you bring them to the board before you decide that you want to create a job?
It
Bring
wasn't
it
just
to
me
the board.
creating a
You
job.
have created a job. We did not know about that.
You voted on it.
I did not vote on that.
You
I
were not here
don't
at that meeting.
believe I did.
The first reading, I guess you wasn't even in July.
I wasn't here.
Okay, I apologize if you weren't. I apologize.
So why do we have to have a director before we have a group of employees? This was created with the intention of a director
Yes.
that we knew nothing about.
Well, the rest of the board knew. I'm sorry if you were not there.
Well, the rest of the board, I don't believe did either.
Well, they had it. Well, they had the job.
Do they know
Yeah, I
who the
mean, we got,
director
yeah,
is?
Yes.
but, I don't know, it's what, I mean, it's up to
That's
you, but
not being proactive.
Well,
That's
I just think, I just don't know if it's, but personally, I just don't know if it's the best use of taxpayers' money personally. I mean, I think it'd be a whole lot, I think if what you're saying is true about expanding and building and all that, then we're gonna have to have a whole, you know, are they gonna do plumbing, are they gonna do, I mean, and what buildings are, I mean, the way this reads, I mean, it literally says that, you know, there's no, this is not building related, it's ground related. I mean, currently, so like if we put somebody in this job,
Director of
You know.
Building and Grounds.
but it's really just grounds is the way that the actual job description goes. I
It
mean,
doesn't say electricians and
I mean, there's
plumbers and all
still,
that.
building and grounds has their own budget that somebody has to maintain. For Tree City USA, there's certain aspects of that have to be maintained to keep us at that. There's state records that need to be kept up with pesticides for liability for the town. There's a memorial garden that's been put on the back burner for almost 2 years that Nancy can elaborate on if we need her to. I mean, there's just
Brock,
things
we
that.
had a lady on that, doing that job.
But we gotta stay in compliance with all that stuff. And it's like Brian said,
And Morley hired her, gave her a job. She was doing the grounds. Now, you know she was. She did a great job.
Say she didn't do a good job.
we're not saying anybody didn't do a good job.
Well, she was let go.
Who was let go?
No one was
Who
let go.
did the grounds?
Nobody's been let go.
Nobody's been let go. I think you've been misinformed.
She left of her own
But
volition.
it was,
Yeah.
she was pressured.
Well,
Nobody terminated anybody's job ever.
no, nobody terminated anybody.
But she was.
But, I mean,
She's
but,
smart.
you know, we had the second reading in this job August. We had the first reading in July, had the second reading in August. I mean, 2 minutes after the ink hadn't dried and was ready to put somebody in that position.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, I just don't think this position is warranted at this time. I'm not saying that not in the future, but at this time, I feel like it's not needed. I mean, I've had numerous people come up to me and ask me about it, and I mean, And I can't look a taxpayer in the eye, I can't look a city worker in the eye, I can't look Mark Morley in the eye that does, already does 15 to 20 employees, police department does 15 to 20 employees. I can't look them in the eye and say that I'm for this. I mean, there's nothing personal here. I just don't think this is a proper use of taxpayer money. I'd rather see city workers get a tax rate, to get a pay increase. I'd rather see a lot of things used before this job's created at this time. I mean, I just don't think it's needed. That's my opinion. I'd make a motion that we decreate the position that we created, is what I would recommend.
Made a motion, do I have a second?
I second.
Moved and second.
You have to add an item to the agenda, correct?
Yeah, you'd have to add that item to the agenda. Or
You would,
you can table it,
yeah.
or you can table it and, wait till next month and talk about it.
I mean, it's on
You'll have to
the
add it,
agenda,
yeah.
right? But it's not, I guess, it's on the agenda.
Yeah,
This says discuss application process, but I guess.
yeah, you're changing that's when we need city attorney to look at it.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, because before we've created a position, I would probably suggest that, you can do that. I'm not the legal mind on exactly how that would, you can make a motion to, but I would have to make sure that, because you have created a position, and they don't want to take the position away, so I'm just not real sure. I can't give you advice on it because I don't know exactly. You could.
Well,
Because I just think
you
we
could make
can't.
the,
Yeah. Like I say, none of this is part of this. Is
You
just
would have
how
to, if you did that, you would add it to the agenda, to,
or we could wait till we got our attorney and find out.
the best route, it's, you're gonna have to vote on it, roll call it either way,
Oh, yeah.
because you roll called it to begin with. So it's gonna be, I'm in uncharted territory on that, because that's the first time we've ever, when we created it. So, you all can make a motion to do, but, have a vote on, I guess, not creating it. But you would have to add probably to the agenda that, since this does say discuss application process, it's a little bit different. I'm thinking, that's just the best answer I can give you that I can, right off the top of my head.
like I say, I just don't feel it's needed. I just really don't. Not now. Not till we, add other buildings. I know there's stuff that can be done, but I just don't think it's fair to anybody involved personally. I don't think it's fair to current managers. I don't think it's fair to city employees. I don't think it's fair to taxpayers. I don't think it's fair to anybody. That's like I say, I literally sat down and started writing, this job description down, and the more I started writing, the more I'm like, I can't justify this, and I'm not going. I can't pretend to justify it, and I'm not going to.
And we can we're all friends up here. And
This
we
is
all have
nothing
different
personal.
opinions about
Yeah.
different things. This is not anything personal. I
Nothing
just
personal.
personally feel differently about that. I just
Yeah.
think it's something that's really needed in our town, and it has been needed.
Yeah, I think eventually, but I think with what we've got currently, like I say, I just don't think it's fair to ask other managers to manage 15 to 20, 10, and you're asking, probably seasonally, probably gonna, after this weekend, Heritage Days, you're gonna probably shut down, a half a position, because you're not gonna be mowing, you're not gonna be done. I just don't think you can justify it at all. Maybe personally, I just don't think you can.
Okay. Got the item discussed, do we need to table this, or do you want to go ahead and vote on it, or what do you want to do?
Well-
Moving forward.
I mean, if I could make a motion, I'll make a motion, we just decreate the position, or
Well, all right.
whatever, I don't know how you
I don't
say.
think we can.
Or like, or bring it back up next month.
Did you ask me a question?
If I did, I don't,
I thought, I didn't hear you.
Well, so at this point, do you think that item 11 on the agenda needs to be tabled?
well, I'm asking the board, that's
I mean,
y'all's decision. Well, we need to do something with it.
Well, I mean,
We can roll call putting it on the, add it to the agenda and get it.
well, you don't roll call, put it on the, well, yeah, you would, I'm sorry. Roll call to add to the agenda that, you know, and then
And I
you
guess
vote,
if- I guess we-
and then you vote on that and roll call it. That'd be the only thing I could think of. I mean, you got
Or
a
we
motion in a
just-
second, but
I mean,
you're gonna have to have a
table it
motion.
in, I mean-
You're gonna have to have a motion in a second to put it on the agenda, and it's gotta be unanimous.
Yeah. I mean, or we can just table it for
I
a
mean,
long time.
once you, I mean, anything you add to the agenda, you have to be unanimous, just like.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we just-
if you wanna follow through with that, or you can, you know, then if there's all yeses to add it to the agenda, then it'll be added, but if there's one no, then it won't be added. And,
Yeah.
and it could be, that's why, you know, if you want to table the application process for now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, let's just table that for now. Does that need a sec? I mean, I'll suggest or make a motion, we table it.
I'll second it.
Moved and second. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Dan? Eloise? Todd? Sonda? Brian? Oh, did you say?
I said aye.
Oh, three.